It is time for everybody's favorite segment. It is the Ravens Rundown Mailbag. Today, we answer your questions on all the latest Ravens rumors and news items that you've got from the entirety of this offseason. Of course, looking forward into the 2025 season. I got a challenge for you guys, though, before we get into today's question, okay? The Noti Flock, which is what we call everybody who has their notifications turned on, not off. That's at 3.9 thousand people. That's a lot. Really, really appreciative of every single one of you guys. I want to know, can we get to 4,000 today? The way you do that, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, and click all. And then, of course, go onto your device and enable YouTube notifications from the app itself. Make sure to hit those bells, subscribe to the channel. That way, whenever we go live, whenever we put out a video, you guys can be the first one in there, first one commenting, and you guys can be a real one. First question is from Attendance Squad. Hashtag Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. What do you think Lamar's stats will be for Week 1 Buffalo Bills game? Also, what is your preferred uniform combination for this game? Okay, let's talk about it. I think Lamar's going to have a really, really good night. I don't think it's going to be insane. If you remember last year, his Week 1, it wasn't anything unbelievable. I don't think it's going to be 404 touchdowns. I'd be shocked if he didn't throw more than 2, or 2 or more, I mean. I think he's going to probably get 250 through the air, 2 touchdowns throwing. I wouldn't be surprised if he added 60 yards rushing onto that. I just think they're going to kind of try game 1 to incorporate everybody. And obviously we know they're going to go to Derrick Henry a lot as well. So that's kind of my thoughts for him. I think he's going to have just a really efficient night, though. I don't think he's going to make a lot of mistakes. Preferred uniform combination, you got to think it's going to be on the road in Buffalo. I know they wore the all-whites in the playoff game, but I really like the all-whites. So give me all-whites for the road game against Buffalo in Week 1. Mike Nintendo Master, hashtag Ravens. What Ravens player will step up this season? Has to be year 2 or higher on being in the NFL. Well, I think Devontez Walker might be my initial answer there. I'm really, really excited about what Devontez Walker has shown throughout minicamp. He's gotten a ton of people talking about him, turned a ton of eyes onto him, and I'm really excited to see him. I think that, there you go, right there. Shout out to producer Nick. 6'1", 191 pounds, 1,620 yards, 18 touchdowns his final 2 seasons of collegiate football. And then that last year, missed a third of the season in 2023 with UNC because of stupid NCAA transfer rules. I think another guy to look out for is Isaiah Likely. Okay? Because I don't want to say he didn't step up last year, but after the game against the Chiefs in the regular season, he had one other game over 60 yards. So I think he'll step up and just have a little bit more of a consistent season. That's kind of what I'm looking for with Isaiah Likely. I think that's what he's going to give me. So if I had to answer that question for 2 people, it'd be Devontez Walker and Isaiah Likely. Lamar Jackson lover coming in. What's the craziest trade that could happen for the Ravens? Ooh, that is a good one. I think a trade for Micah Parsons. I don't know. Trade for Garrett Wilson maybe. Maybe they feel like they need a better wide receiver than Zay Flowers. I don't know. I think those are the 2 really big ones that kind of hit me right off the bat because they made a big move on the outside of the cornerback spot with Jair Alexander. They made, another, not big move, but they added DeAndre Hopkins. I think somebody trading for an edge rusher like a Micah Parsons. I don't want to say TJ Watt because, it's the Steelers. They're not going to trade you TJ Watt. But I would say, an edge rusher trade, maybe Micah, or trading for Garrett Wilson. Those are, the craziest ones, in my opinion. Give me some chaos down below. What's the craziest trade that you think could happen for the Baltimore Ravens? Get in the comment section. Get creative for me and let me know your answer. Next up, we got Christian Coveney. What's going on, Christian? What do you think is a good compensation for Mark Andrews? Well, if you're talking trade compensation, you got to talk about compensatory draft picks as well. Because when he goes, if he goes, I should say, and signs somewhere else in free agency after this season, he doesn't get a contract extension, you'll get a compensatory draft pick for him, right? And I think that's going to be somewhere around a 4th rounder. So if you're asking for what good trade compensation is for Mark Andrews, then I think that's where you have to start. So good compensation for me is like a third-round pick. Now, you could maybe get a fourth at the trade deadline, like if they feel like he's not having the season that they thought he was going to, because you'd argue you'd get that draft pick in 2026 instead of the comp pick, which you get in 2027. There's a whole lot to it, but I think if I'm just going straight off the cuff, I think third is great compensation for Mark Andrews. I think a fourth rounder is good, but I don't think it's good enough for them to do it. Up next, we got Jameer Castro. I think the Ravens should add someone to the roster or leave it like it is right now. I wouldn't mind them adding a safety. At the point of recording this video, they have yet to add a safety in free agency. And at the point of recording this video, Justin Simmons, Julian Blackmon, Jordan Whitehead, all those guys are still available. And so I would say that's it. I would love to add an interior defensive lineman. The only thing that is a bummer is there's just not many good ones left. So they're kind of gone. Yeah, other than that, I mean, this is, I think, the best roster in football. One of the reasons it's the best roster in football is because of our quarterback, Lamar Jackson. And if you want to get his jersey, you can go to chatsports.com/Lamar jersey right now and get it. I know we talked about the all whites earlier, but they got it in purple. They got it in black. I know the all black uniforms are super, super sick. This is an investment, okay? And if you are a kid listening to this and you want to convince your mom or dad to buy you a jersey, just tell them this. It's an investment. He's going to be here for a very, very long time. You're going to be able to wear this jersey for a very, very long time. So go to chatsports.com/Lamar jersey. Make sure you make your purchase through that link. Help us out. That link's going to be in the comments and description of today's video. Espresso VR. What are the reactions on Jaylen Ramsey? A great question. Well, Espresso, I actually made a video on it the day of the trade, so Monday. You can go back and look at it right there. My initial reaction is I think I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to happen. But also, like, they gave up Minka, who I think, A, is younger, and B, might be a little bit more important to that defense just because of, like, the quarterback role that he plays on the field itself. And so it's interesting from that perspective. Obviously, they felt like Jalen Ramsey is better than Minkah Fitzpatrick or would serve them better. But my reaction is always going to stay the same about Pittsburgh. If they're going to do anything, it's because of Aaron Rodgers. And so they can add as many guys as they want on defense. If they don't have good quarterback play, they're not going to win a Super Bowl. So that's kind of how I feel. Lamar 2025 champ says, #Ravens, aren't we better off keeping Andrews as a blocker and using Likely for passing plays? Is it worth keeping him on the team, but maybe less balls thrown his way? If you're going to keep him just as a blocker, then like Charlie Kolar is just as good of a blocker as Mark Andrews is. And he's a hell of a lot cheaper. And so I would say, no, it's not worth it just keeping him. And also because like you can use Likely and Andrews for passing plays. I don't know if you know this, Mark Andrews led this team in receiving touchdowns in 2024. Like, he can still do that. But the whole talks about him being traded and the whole like reason that's discussed is because he's going to be a free agent anyway, and he's 29, about to be 30. You need to know, and you don't know yet, if the best years are behind him. D1 Ravens Glazer 8 said, #Ravens, trade Andrews for Tyreek Hill, rotate him with DeAndre. I don't hate it. The thing is like Tyreek Hill is making so much money this year and the next year and the year after that. And so I don't think it's smart to offload an already expensive contract with Mark Andrews for just another one in Tyreek Hill. Also, like, you just paid Bateman. I think you're going to pay Flowers next summer. I just don't know how necessary that would be because you got to pay guys like Linderbaum. You got to pay guys like Hamilton. You got to pay guys on the defensive side of the ball, like possibly Odafe Owe. Like, there's just so many things that need to get figured out that I don't know if Tyreek Hill and that money that he makes would make sense in this roster. Up next, we got Jacko. Said, #Ravens, we need to steal away Simmons from joining Pittsburgh. Could it happen financially without ruining Lindy, Hammy, and Likely deals? I don't know. Because they're going to commit a lot of money. And I would say, yes, it could happen, but you would have to backload the Linderbaum, the Hammy, Hamilton likely deals, which I think is what a lot of people are doing nowadays, especially as we know the salary cap is just going to continue to go up. So if their cap numbers are a little bit bigger later, like it's not that big of a deal, but it would be a little bit tough sledding. Eric DeCosta would have to kind of get in his bag and make that happen. King Henry's arm says, what was your favorite play from the 2024 season? # Ravens. Favorite play comes to mind. It's against that team that Derrick Henry is stiff-arming in that profile picture. It's against the Bengals. Lamar Jackson avoiding the sack. I believe it was Sam Hubbard. Goes to the sideline, throws it while jumping out of bounds. Isaiah Likely touchdown. I think that is probably my favorite play from 2024. It was electric. I was live for it. I think I was freaking out about it. Like, it was a ton of fun to watch, just like most Lamar Jackson plays are. Let's take a trip down memory lane. You let me know yours. What was your favorite play from the 2024 season? Give me your answer because you just heard mine, and do it in the comment section down below. We're going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for joining us like you do every single Tuesday. Make sure you got me followed on social media as well. You got me on Instagram. You got me on Twitter. And also make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It's the best place to be if you guys want daily content on your Baltimore Ravens. We do that right here, and it's all 100% free. YouTube.com/RavensTV. Join us today.